you mentioned you hurt your hand, and I know that as a fan, whenever we're looking at the fight, and you could tell like somebody twisted their wrist, especially with the wraps. How did you keep going?
With my left. Fight night, I landed a lot of right hand in round 3 and 4. At the end of round 4, we went back to my corner, and I told Jose, my hand is done. If you watch the fight, you can see me doing this to Jose every 1 minute. He was telling me, stop doing this. I don't want the referee to see it.
Welcome to the very first episode of The Main Event with me, One More Sanchez. And live on Zoom is the story of a Lebanese boxer who sacrificed everything to follow his dreams. He's the very first Lebanese professional boxer. He's a 5-time national champion, and he's back on the ring October 8th. Please welcome super middleweight contender Nadim, the unpredictable Salloum. Welcome back. How you doing?
Hello, guys, man. It's my pleasure to have you on your first podcast.
Hey, for those that don't know, this is the second time I have Nadim on here. His story is just amazing, and I thought, let's bring him in here to kind of share the story.
My pleasure.
So you started at the age of 13. My understanding is your father encouraged you to go on the local gym. Can you remember the first time when you came into the ring and you walked in? What was it like for you?
Yeah, honestly, when I was like 13, 14, when I first started boxing, it was just for fun. It was just want to lose weight. I was kind of living on the street with my friends all the time. I used to party when I was super young. I used to drink. So when I first started, it was just for fun. I was going 2-3 times a week, and that was it.
And what was when you first walked into the ring? Like, how was that experience? Like, were you scared? Were you? I mean,
the first
did you
time
want
I
to fight?
sparred, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was scared. Honestly, the first time I was like, damn, I couldn't imagine myself that I will be able to take a punch in a few years. I was like, then I'm not gonna go into that ring again. But yeah, here I am.
Now, fast forward, I think when you started doing your first national championship, you were 17. When you first won that championship and you had the taste of victory, what was that like for you?
This is the most important victory in my life. This is where I found my personality. This is where I found what Nadim Salloum should be in the future and who I really am. Because a lot of kids, I wasn't bullied that much when I was young, but I didn't find my personality and my character. So boxing gave it to me. And I know that this is what I'm going to do. This is who I'm going to be for the rest of my life. This is who I'm going to sacrifice all my life to keep feeling that feeling for the rest of my life, because it gave me such a great happiness for my parents that night.
Awesome. And then, of course, to be the best, you have to learn from the best. I know you're inspired by Ali and Manny Pacquiao. After reaching the height of Lebanon and you went to go train at the Wildcard gym, what did your confidence feel like when you first stepped into the ring? And what was the major adjustment that you had to do to change the style of your boxing?
Actually, when the first guy I sparred at Wildcard was Dimitri Bivol, the WBO light heavyweight champion now. That was the first guy I sparred. He was still like 5-0, and I was still an amateur. I felt good, honestly. I wasn't expecting myself to do good at the Wildcard, and I was still an amateur. But my boxing changed big time when I came to New York, and I started training with Jose Guzman. Because he changed it from zero. I felt like I started boxing all over again. I'm still learning till that day, because I didn't come from a background where we know boxing or a good amateur record or whatever. In our country, we don't know much about boxing. So here I'm learning every single day. I'm learning something new, even like cutting weight, how to stand in the correct way, when to press, when to do the defense, how to move your head, all of that, all those details. I learned it here in the United States, not in Lebanon.
Gotcha. And then with dreams, of course, comes excellent sacrifice. I was reading one of your articles, and I didn't know that, you sold your car and you dropped out of the university.
Yes, sir.
What were you gonna major in? What was?
I tried to do physical education, like
Uh,
something close to boxing. But after a year and a half, I went to my advisor at the university and I told him, listen, like I will never be a bodybuilding coach or like a sports coach at a school. Like he told me, what do you want to be? I told him I want to be a professional boxer. He told me, okay, but you don't have a plan B. I told him, no, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna be. So he said, okay, you know what? Leave the university. I told him, all right, I'm leaving, and that was it.
all or nothing, huh?
Yeah. That was like I felt that he's not helping me, and the university is not. I'm just spending money for something I don't want to do in my life. So it doesn't make sense.
And how was it? What was your family's reaction when they were like, you're ready to take that step to become a professional to give it all
I
to move?
Yeah, I mean, when I talk about my family, I talk my mother and father. Like other than that, I don't really care about what people think. My aunt, my uncle, I don't really care. So my parents basically, uh, they were shocked, obviously, but they weren't against it 100%. They always trying to convince me, like, hey, go to university, just have a plan B. You know how it is. Like we never had an international athlete. Like we didn't have the idea that you can live by being an athlete. It was just always a hobby for us. So it took us time, but I come from from a family where they are open minded. So whatever you want to do, they will help you. They advise you, but you do whatever you want to do.
Now, I know before New York, you were training in Mexico City, and that's where you trained for your very first professional fight, and that was in Tijuana, right?
Tijuana.
Tijuana. Now, you actually ended up fighting a local fighter, and then the arena was about 3,000. Here's my question. So think about this. Look at it this way. It was your first professional fight, a different country, and you're fighting against a local person. Do you still remember when you walked into that ring? What was that feeling?
I was crying going into that ring. I was super emotional, and I can't forget the message my brother sent me the night of the fight. I was crying like a baby because like it was just the first step of my dream is coming true. Like dreams can come true. Like it just proved that yes, I can make it happen, even if it was a baby step, a very small step. But for me personally, it was something huge. Now it's a baby step, but back then in 2017, it was like something nobody will be able to understand that I'm gonna make it. Nobody believed that I'm gonna make it, and I made it, and I won first round knockout. With like everybody was against me, but like nothing personal because I know people around there they don't know me, so they're gonna cheer for the Mexican guy. But after the fight, everybody was lovely, and everybody took pictures with me, and everybody was amazing. So
now, the last time we talked, you had just got your fight was in June, and that was in Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah,
In Kentucky, you ended up winning that fight, and
yeah, all
you
6
had
rounds.
you had a home crowd. I saw that.
I have, yeah, but listen, I have like only 10 people flew from New York to watch me. This fight, because it's in New York City, we have over 120 people in the arena. It's gonna be full of Lebanese people, full of Lebanese flags. I can't wait. That's another step in my dream, just to have an arena full of Lebanese people.
And are you what's going to be the emotion you think, like you said, this is where it all started, you ended up New York,
New York, yeah, I can't wait to fight in New York. It's gonna be amazing, and to feel all the energy around me. But once you're inside the ring, I'm super focused. I try to avoid everything around me. I just listen to Jose, what Jose tells me, and he knows that I listen to him during the fight more than I listen to him during training. So when I'm fighting, I always tell him, look, it's like you're playing PlayStation. Whatever you tell me, I'm gonna do. So I always focus on Jose because I trust Jose and I know whatever he say, if I do it, I'm gonna win that fight. So
what is it like for professionals last week, during fight week? So for those that don't know, you fight on Friday, October 8th, today's Sunday. What does that week look like? How does training become? Is it slower? Like, can you tell us?
It's not much. It's not intense training. Obviously, strength and conditioning is a bit less. You do some stretching. You try to cut the last 5-6 pounds you have. Nothing like crazy. I'm gonna have the last sparring session on Monday, but I think it's gonna be easy session. It's not gonna be something crazy, But yeah, kind of take it easy. And this camp was kind of short. I only had 4 weeks of training camp. I usually do 6, but I feel amazing. And hopefully I'm fighting in November too. So I'm going to have 2 camps back to back. So
You gotta go catch back. Now, after your fight, because I follow you, on social media, and I saw that you went back home.
yeah,
How did that feel? Did you needed that, and then came back hungry again? Was that a good feeling?
I always need it. I always need to feel my people, my country. I'm very attached to my country, which is something bad sometimes, but this is who I am. I'm very attached to Lebanon, and I love Lebanon. I can't wait to make Lebanon a better country, and I'm trying to help it at least in something I do in sports. Maybe sports will be the best way to change our country. You never know. So yeah, it was amazing, and especially to see my parents, my girl. It's just great.
Now, now also your trainer Jose, and then your training camp. You're surrounding yourself. Something's big's going on in your camp. You have all these fighters and prospects that you spar. That some of them are fighting in bigger stages. And before we started this show, I said, "Hey, man, you next." How do you feel when you surround yourself with all that talent? Do you think is it going to be an advantage for Friday's fight?
Yeah, obviously. I think we're building an amazing team, honestly. Steven Galliano, Dominic Crowder, Ilan De Jesus, Ramon Cardenas, Josue Vargas. I don't want to miss anybody. Like, all of them, they're just amazing fighters. I think all of them will be world champions. Like, I feel blessed and grateful because I'm surrounded by them. Just always positive vibes. We're training hard and we support each other big time.
One of the things, and I love, and this again, before we started this show, was I was interviewing your coach, and during the interview, he flipped the phone. He goes, "Lebanon's first champion."
Yeah,
I still remember that, and little by little, as you're fighting these fights, right now it's New York. What's the stage going to look like? What is next year? What's your goal next year?
Keep fighting until we get a belt. That's the dream. We want to be world champions, no matter how long it will take. Next year, maybe the year after, maybe in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be ready for it. I'm gonna keep fighting. And now I have Adam Glenn as my manager, so it's gonna get better and better. Obviously, I'm so excited for what's coming. Honestly.
So after your fight, in October, the goal is to fight again. And you said in November. So
November 20. Yeah, hopefully November 20, New Jersey.
Wow, that's a quick turnaround.
Back to back. So we can end the year in a perfect way,
So you did that last time, as a fighter, whenever you fight, how many days does it take to recuperate?
It depends on the fight. Like last fight, the March fight, I needed 10 days and that was good. Last fight was a bit tiring because we did the whole 6 rounds. I injured my right hand. That's why I couldn't stop the guy, by the way. I injured my right wrist and I kept doing physiotherapy and stuff for my hands for a couple of months when I was in Lebanon. But yeah, it depends on the fight. Hopefully this fight will not last much, so I can fight in November straight away.
So, champ, you mentioned you hurt your hand, and I know that as a fan, whenever we're looking at the fight and you could tell somebody twisted their wrist, especially with the wraps. How did you keep going?
With my left. After the 4th round, I thought the 4th round ended and I went back to my corner. I thought Jose, actually I heard it during camp, but it healed a little bit and it was fine. We didn't know that during fight, it will be that. So fight night, I landed a lot of right hand in round 3 and 4. At the end of round 4, we went back to my corner and I told Jose, my hand is done. It hurts. And if you watch the fight, you can see me doing this to Jose every 1 minute. He was telling me, stop doing this. I don't want the referee to see it. So I went back to my corner. I told me, listen, just fight with your left. You're winning the fight. You're enjoying your time. Just have fun. Go do your thing. So yeah, I fought with my left.
For those that's going to watch this video, your fan base, what do you want to tell them? What are we gonna see on Friday night?
We're gonna see a big knockout. That's for sure. I promise. I'm gonna make Lebanon super proud. I promise. We represent. This time we're gonna represent big time. Over 100 Lebanese people in the boxing arena. It's just a dream. I can't believe it.
Is there a site that we could watch it? Is it going to be streamed?
Yeah, it's on bxngtv.com too. Again, the same channel.
The same channel.
Yeah.
Now, but before I let you go, I got to put you on the spot. Quick questions, quick answers. Okay.
Let's go.
All right. What does the word unpredictable mean to you?
Nobody predicts it to have a Lebanese professional boxer, so I'm unpredictable.
I like
as simple as that.
Suppose that. Canelo Plant, they're both in your same weight class. Big fight next month. Who do you think has the advantage? What do you think the outcome is going to be?
Yeah, Canelo? I think Canelo will beat him after around 6, 7. He'd stop him.
Do you think
Canelo is too strong? He's too strong. A lot of experience, big guy. He's too strong.
Do you think that Plant has a chance?
You always have a chance, but I'd give him 30% maybe.
Yeah, he's selling the fight really good.
I know, but I don't see Plant stopping Canelo.
Yeah.
I think we agree on that, and I don't think he will be able to outbox Canelo for 12 rounds. Canelo is just too good, he won't handle the pressure. It's crazy. Canelo puts a lot of pressure, and he's very confident once he's in the ring. He's experience. He has over 55 fights. So
yeah. And then as a fan, taking yourself away because you're in the sport. What's a fight that you want to see next year?
Oh, I would go for, I don't think it will happen, but I'll go for Teofimo Lopez, Gervonta Davis.
Oh, that's a good one.
But I don't think it will happen before 5 years. I hope it will. I hope they don't do it like Pacquiao Floyd, but I really hope so.
And my last question, I know you're a big Manny Pacquiao fan. He's retired, running for president. He's one of your big inspirations. Well, how did you feel what did you think about his last fight and the way he went out?
I didn't feel like I don't count it. He was already done, Pacquiao. He did what he had to do for boxing and for the whole world. So he was done. I won't talk about boxing or whatever. Just I was happy to see Pacquiao back in the ring and not hurt, obviously not getting knocked out in a very bad way. So I'm happy. Yeah, I love Pacquiao. I cried watching his video when he said goodbye boxing. I was very emotional on that when I was watching that video. It's crazy. Pacquiao did a lot of things in this world, not only in boxing, for the whole world. He delivered a huge message. That's what matters.
He did, and for me, I call him the Mexicutioner because he was beating Mexicans left and right. But that legacy he left, I don't think nobody's going to be able to do it. Eight championships. We win.
Nobody. Not only maybe someone will break the records, but breaking those records and being such a great human being as well, it's amazing. It's just amazing. He's a legend. He's like the second Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Freddie Rhodes, the when they made a video about it's not a video, a movie about Manny Pacquiao, the biography of Pacquiao. Freddie Rhodes said, when Pacquiao, I always have my door open because you never know when the next Muhammad Ali will enter the gym. And Manny Pacquiao was the next Muhammad Ali. He was.
People's champ. He was definitely the people's champ.
People's champ.
Last question. Where can the viewers follow you?
Instagram, The Unpredictable, _, and Facebook, Nadim Salloum. And that's it. And for Queens, Amazura Concert Hall, I can't wait to fight. And I'm having a very good dinner the night before the fight, after the weigh-in, at a restaurant called Manouche. It's the Lebanese restaurant. I'm going to have over 100 Lebanese people having Lebanese dinner before the fight. We rest. Friday night, we kill. That's it.
Any shout outs you want to get to your sponsors or anyone else?
Please, yes. I want a big shout out to Pop. Pop is like my New York family, the Peacemakers, Boxing Insiders. I love you guys. I'm going to make you proud.
Hey, champ, I can't wait. I'm going to watch the fight on Friday. And as always, we'll keep in touch.
Always. I appreciate it for having me, man.
So thoughts after this interview. Nadim has a really good heart. Something that I think is overshadowed is that he really did give up everything. We didn't really talk about it, but when he had the opportunity to come to New York and there was times where he was homeless. He was staying in the street, sleeping. that says a lot for a boxer who is really focused. And during the interview, he mentioned that, you know, a lot of people in this country doesn't understand the sacrifice that he did. So just know that boxing is a sport that is nationwide, worldwide. And a prime example of Nadim, who came to America for the opportunity, found the right coach, found the right team, just says amazing things. And he's going to have a bright future. And again, just be sure to follow him on all social media outlets. Also, be sure to catch the CTS-Sports Interview Room. There's much more than boxing. We have, you know, football, we have baseball, we talk all the things sports. And again, I want to thank the producer, Joseph Lasada, for giving me the opportunity to have this show. And again, y'all take care. To the next one.